we've come out really early this morning. It is just probably after 8 o'clock. And we've been walking all the way from the main beach at Holbox, and we are heading down towards the end of the beach. Really, there's a reserve down this end, and Punta Mosquito is a sandbar that you can walk out on. It is such a beautiful day, definitely somewhere you want to come to. It's not crazy busy yet. June, July, August is when you can go swimming with whale sharks, when you can see flamingos. It's a great time of year as well. A little busier, but probably worth it. So anyway, we're going to go enjoy. How beautiful, our first little water crossing. There's a few to get to Punta Mosquito, I believe. But how perfect is this? Crystal clear. This is Playa Mosquito. We've made it across the water crossing to the sandbank. It is just perfect. You can see there are tons of people. So Mike had to lead us all through and scare away the stingrays that can hide in the sand under. We're testing out the new dry bag today. See how it holds up against the island crossings of Isla Holbox. Seems to be going pretty well so far. Also, update, Archies are going very well. We've had them now for 2 months, and Mike's worn his a ton. I've worn mine in the beach towns, both going really, really well. So happy purchase, done well. Also really nice colour. I like that khaki colour Mike's got. We're heading straight up. Apparently we've crossed over to the sandbar early, and we're bypassing a lot of the land, so it's a lot quicker if you do that rather than try and walk along the mangroves, which I've heard are really difficult to walk along anyway. And you get to be out in this perfect water. Why wouldn't you?
We stayed at Punta Mosquito for about 3 hours. We swam, enjoyed the beach. It was absolutely the most beautiful beach on Holbox, and we highly recommend you visiting it. We decided to head back because the tides were turning. There are a lot of tours you can take that will stop by here, but honestly, it's worth walking out and having your own time. It is seriously so beautiful that you really will want to spend longer.
We've just started to head back, and oh my gosh, it looks better going this way. How perfect is that blue?
Charging away.
So definitely want to look at the tides, and don't use Tide King website because that's one I used and they were very inaccurate. However, we're back on the beach now. We're going to go rinse off, get a couple of frappes, have some empanadas, and see where the afternoon takes us. Sandy streets. You've got the buggy taxis coming along. Beautiful, super cute little cafes and restaurants everywhere you look, and also like tons of local cafes, some nice boutique shops, mix of everything. So this is like the main intersection. Souvenir shops all the way down here. This is a very good cheap empanada shop. Mike's back at the empanada shop. And what 3 empanadas have you got here?
We've got a queso, which is a fish taco, a dog fish taco apparently, a raya, which is stingray taco, and carne molida, which is just like
Mince beef.
Yeah.
They all look cooked to perfection, and there's a whole heap of condiments. Normally this sauce is a little spicy. This is probably spicier, and then obviously pickled onions, always a good thing. So basically rip it open, add your topping, and get stuck in. First time you've had a fish or a stingray one, I think.
Yeah, I think this is a fish.
Fish? It's alright? Okay, well that's what stingray looks like when it's in an empanada. Who knew? How does it taste?
Fishy.
So it's fishy. Fair enough. Good. It's a winner.
We found this lovely couple making incredible cochinita pilby tortas, and Mike had to have one. They only do it one day. Honestly, the lineup of locals was so long and it was so worth it.
100 pesos de la moneda. ¿Tiene el cambio, mamá? Por favor, sí. Doble nuestra cebollita, porque es muy poquito. 900. Muchas gracias. ¿Le cobró el pan? No.
Love that torta. All right, Mike's torta is getting made.
¿Cómo lo agarras aquí?
Sí. Adelante.
No, antes regresa un ratito.
¿Dice picante?
¿Picante dice?
Sí, es picante.
Un poco.
No hay mensaje.
Un poquito.
Sí, nena, pero dime qué, porque...
Me lo aumentas a 300.
Ah, ya.
Paso
Bueno.
entonces a ratito.
Perfecto.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
¿Se lo pongo en una bolsita?
Ah, sí.
All right, Mike got his cochinita pilby torta, and the tortas are basically a big baguette. It costs 80 peso, and it's huge, and it looked delicious. Can confirm, perfecto. Oh, she loaded it full. So the lady was making it, you just saw, stuffed it full of the pork, then some pickled onions, and then some tiny bit of the picante sauce. Delicious.
Sounds good.
We just walked out to Punta Mosquito Beach, which is about 35 to 45 minute walk from the main area of Holbox. Honestly, it's nice, and if you have a scooter or a car rental site, yeah, you can probably put that here and have an afternoon. It's much quieter than the main area, but honestly, it's not much better than the main area either. There's a beach club here you can pay to go, and then you've got like hammocks and things to sit in over the water, which is nice because they've taken them out of the main Holbox area. But if you don't have a scooter or you're going to pay for a taxi, I'd probably say stay in the centre. It's just as nice. There's much going on and probably more options and things to do and see in there. So it's nice. I'm glad we came out, but up to you. So now we're walking back to the main beach at it should take us about the same time, I guess, 45 minutes or so. We're going the beach way this time because we did go inland in the last little section and got stuck in a massive mud pit, I guess you would say. My thumb was stuck in the water and I could not lift it up. Water to get around and try not to get too wet. I've already got stuck in the mud once. So we're entering the Blanco Beach area, and it's a lot more built up. There's heaps of hotels here, they're really pretty, and lots of beach bars and things like that, and less people. So I guess if you're walking down this area, you're coming for a quieter experience. There's less people at the beach, there's less people in the bars, and so you've got a more private experience, but you do have to walk a fair trek for it. And I guess there's a little less seaweed here at the moment. There's a bit more down where we are, but not that much, so it makes a huge difference. A beach bar as we're walking back along. So these are some, well actually there's quite a lot of different sea breaks that are intermittently along the beach here, and basically it's where everyone like meets up for sunset. So there's about 10 of them that we've walked past now, and by sunset they'll all be filled with people sitting there waiting. The one at the main town is the busiest, and then obviously these have a few less people on them, so It's quite a nice time of day. Everyone sort of heads out, watches the sunset, heads in. That's where you go find your dinner, find out what you're doing for the rest of the night. It's a good time. Hello. We are almost back to the main area, and the sun is just starting to set. It's getting lower. It doesn't actually set till about 7:05, so we've got a bit of time yet, but we'll be back for that. You've got to get a drink to take to sunset. Alrighty, this is the main square. The taxi lineup is right there on the side. Buggies coming left, right and centre. You've got to be so careful because you're going to get taken out. I'm surprised I haven't already been run over, if I'm honest. And in the evening, they're only just gearing up now, but lots of street food cars come around this square, and they've got cheaper food than in the restaurants generally. We're going to hopefully get to one tonight, because the one we're trying to get to is always shut, or it's not open. So hopefully we get to that tonight, otherwise we'll have to find some alternative dinner. We're down here for sunset. We made it back from the beach, we went back to the room. Now earlier in the day Mike bought a 1.2 litre of salt, 50 peso. It costs 50 peso, you do pay 10 peso extra for the bottle, and then when you return the bottle to that same place you bought it, you get the 10 peso back. And he's had a few out of it today, but he's going to have his last few here for sunset. It looks like it's going to be a good one, we're just going to sit here and relax. Found the quesabria man. So there's actually two quesabria guys. These guys are 35 for one, the other guy's 45. Grab a seat while Mike waits for the quesabria. I just showed you guys making it. So basically, it's a corn tortilla with shredded meat in, and then it's cooked up on a hot plate, and then you also get like a consomme soup that you dip the burrito into. So it should be incredible. Oh, Mike's here. Let's see what we've got. All right, first bite. So we got to try it. These are the souvenir stalls that are right in the centre of Holbox. I've got every sort of souvenir you could look for. Really worth checking out. It's a busy street, and this is a pretty cheap taco place. Not crazy cheap, but pretty cheap.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps to support us. See you next time.